Welcome to the Smart Business Show, episode 78. Today we're going to talk about why you are not done when you read a book. Even if, as you read earlier this week, if you've done an analytical reading, which for those that didn't read the post is a very deep read where you answer a bunch of questions like what's the purpose of the book, what's its structure, what's the author trying to say, did it achieve its purpose, and most importantly, does it matter? I mean, does after reading this book, does any of the content matter to me? I think a lot of people, they'll read a book and they'll think they're reading it really good to get things out of it. So they're doing a good analytical read of the book. And what they do at the end is they just put it to the side. And they're done the book. They say, yes, I've read whatever the book may be. And they put it to the side and that's it. I think you lose a lot of utility out of that because a month later or a year later, when you ask most people, they pick up the book and they actually don't even know what it says. They couldn't give you a good synopsis of this anymore. And that's because they never took the time to synthesize it. Like I talked about in episode 77, after a course, I will take time to synthesize that information and put it into something that, to ask that question, does it matter? And if it does, what am I going to do about it? So when you're done reading a book, I think you need to write a review of it. Even if you never publish that review, you need to write something down. And you should do something like, what's the purpose of the book? Ask yourself that question. What's the purpose of the book? And you can write down what the author's purpose was. Usually there's a single sentence or single paragraph where they said, I wrote this book because, or after 20 years of research, we determined that these things were true. So we wrote a book. There's something like that. And you need to, at the end, need to say, okay, well, that was the purpose. Do I think they achieved it? What's the structure? How did they break the book up? This just helps in your general understanding. And again, most importantly, does it matter? So something you may do at the end of every book is, what are my 3 big takeaways? What are the 3 big overall concepts or ideas in here that are worthwhile that I think I can use out of this moving forward in my life or in my business? I think if you don't take a book to that point, then there's no point in even reading it. You might as well just stop wasting your time because you're not getting much utility out of it. You are wasting your time reading that book if you're not going to take it to that next level. So next time you read a book, at least take some time to write down 3 things you got out of the book. Again, we're looking mostly at self-improvement books maybe, and not so much at fiction. If you want to know more about how to read a book, go read my post from Tuesday on how to effectively read a book. If you want to go even deeper, you should look at the book, How to Read a Book. That is a great long read on how to read a book effectively so that you can get the most out of it and so that you can improve yourself. Thanks for watching.